Well, students, we will learn about Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban in today's session. Hello, students. Welcome to the course Urban Local Governance. I am Dr. Padmavati, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies, College of Engineering, Guindy, Anna University, Chennai. If you look at the learning objectives for today's session, you will be able to learn about the major objective of this mission and the key features of the scheme, implementation structure, components of the mission, and achievements and outcomes of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban Housing for All. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban Housing for All is a flagship mission of Government of India being implemented by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It was launched on 20th June 2015 to provide affordable housing to urban poor. In this module, you will be able to learn about the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana's mission, its objectives, key features, components, implementation process, sub-schemes, outcomes so far whatever been achieved through this mission. The objective of this mission is to provide affordable housing to the economically weaker sections, lower income group, middle income group categories, including the slum dwellers, by ensuring a Pakka house to all eligible urban households by the year 2022. That is, when the nation completes 75 years of its independence. If you look at the key features of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban, the mission covers the entire urban area consisting of statutory towns, notified planning areas, development authorities, special area development authorities, industrial development authorities, or any such authority under state legislation which is entrusted with the functions of urban planning regulations. All houses under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban have basic amenities like toilet facilities, water supply, electricity, and kitchen facilities. And the mission promotes women empowerment by providing the ownership of houses in name of female member or in joint name. The preference is also given to differently abled person, senior citizens, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, OBCs, minorities, single women, transgenders, and other weaker and vulnerable sections of the society. The mission house ensures dignified living along with the sense of security and pride of ownership to the beneficiaries. Here you get to see the summary of features of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Number one, it provides all weather housing units with water, kitchen, electricity, and toilet. Number two, it gives women empowerment. It also covers better quality of life for urban poor. It covers security of tenure. It covers adequate physical and social infrastructure in its features. If you look at the implementation structure, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban adopts a demand-driven approach wherein the housing shortage is decided based on demand assessment by state and union territories. State level nodal agencies, urban local bodies, implementing agencies, central nodal agencies, and primary lending institutions are main stakeholders who play an important role in implementation and success of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Here you get to see a flow chart of how this particular scheme has been implemented. From this flow chart, you are able to see how a beneficiary is able to get the central state assistance in order to get benefited out of this affordable housing for his preferences. The components of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana adopts a cafeteria approach to suit the need of individuals based on the geographical conditions, topography, economic conditions, availability of land, infrastructure, etc. The scheme is being implemented through the following four verticals, which are ISSR, it stands for Institutional Slum Redevelopment, CLSS, which stands for Credit Linked Subsidy Scheme, AHP, which is about affordable housing in partnership, BLC, which is beneficiary led construction. So these are all considered to be the core component of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Let's look at one by one. So institutional slum redevelopment using land as a resource with private participation for providing houses to eligible slum dwellers in an important component of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban housing for all mission. So this approach aims to leverage the locked potentials of the land under slums to provide houses to the eligible slum dwellers, bringing them into formal urban settlement. The central assistance of rupees 1 lakh per house is admissible for all house builds for eligible slum dwellers under the component of ISSR using land as resource with participation of private developers. It also includes, after redevelopment, denotification of slums by the state government and union territory is recommended under the guidelines. Flexibility is given to state and cities to deploy the central assistance for all other slum being redeveloped. Also, the states and cities provide additional floor space index, floor area ratio, or transferable development rights to major projects financially viable. For slums on private owned land, states, cities provide additional FSI, FAR, TDR to landowners as per its policy, and no central assistance is admissible in such cases. As part of the component of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban, here we have the second component, which is credit linked subsidy scheme. So this mission, in order to expand the institutional credit flow to the affordable housing sector, will implement credit linked subsidy component as a demand driven intervention. So credit linked subsidy will be provided on home loans from banks, housing finance companies taken by eligible beneficiaries of economically weaker section and low income groups. And also it includes middle income group 1, which what in short what we call it as MIG1. That is with the annual household income limit of between 6 lakhs to 12 lakhs with house size of 160 square meter will be coming under middle income group 1. Whereas middle income group 2 indicates with the annual household income limit of between 12 lakhs to 18 lakhs with a house size of 200 square meter. So beneficiaries of economically weaker section, low income group, middle income group 1 and 2 seeking housing loans for acquisition of houses from PLIs would be eligible for an interest subsidy at the rate of 6.5%, 4% and 3% respectively for a tenure of 20 years or during a tenure of loan whichever is lower. And credit link subsidy will also be available only for loan amount up to rupees 6 lakhs for economically weaker section, low income group, and 9 lakhs for middle income group 1 and 12 lakhs for middle income group 2 respectively. The ministry has also designated Housing and Urban Development Corporation, what we call it as HUDCO, National Housing Bank NHB and State Bank of India SBI as central nodal agencies to channelize the subsidy to the beneficiaries through lending institution and for monitoring the progress. And we also have a portal named CLAP, which has significantly contributed towards streamlining the process under CLSS vertical, which has also facilitated the ministry in reducing its grievances. Here you will get to see details of CLSS scheme. So whatever you have just discussed with respect to economically weaker section, low income group, middle income group 1 and 2, and corresponding limit, household income limit interest subsidy has been given in this table. And in addition to this, we also have a component called affordable housing in partnership. In short, we call it as AHP. So this third component of this mission is a supply side intervention. So this mission will provide financial assistance to economically weaker section houses being built with different partnerships by state, union territories and cities. So to increase the availability of houses for economically weaker section category at an affordable rate, state and union territory either through its agencies or in partnership with private sector, including industries, can play affordable housing projects. Under this AHP, a central assistance of rupees 1.5 lakh per economically weaker section house is provided by the Government of India. In an affordable housing project can be a mix of houses for different categories, but it will be eligible for central assistance if at least 35% of the house in the project are of economically weaker section category. With respect to state and union territories, they can decide on an upper ceiling on the sale price of economically weaker section houses with an objective to make them affordable and accessible to the intended beneficiaries. State and cities also extend other concessions such as their state share land at affordable cost, stamp duty exemptions, etc. In addition to these three components, we also have a fourth component of the mission, which is beneficiary-led individual house construction or enhancement. It is to individual eligible families belonging to economically weaker section categories to either construct new house or enhance the existing house on their own to cover the beneficiaries who are not able to take benefits of other components of the mission. Such families may avail central assistance of 1.5 lakhs for construction of new houses or for enhancement of existing houses under this mission. So, this beneficiaries desirous of availing this assistance shall approach the urban local bodies with adequate documentation regarding the availability of land owned by them. Here you get to see the beneficiary-led individual house construction and how the beneficiary is getting all his assistance, financial assistance through the process. So far, we have learned about the very basics, background, and objective of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban mission. So let's check our understanding on this. What is the objective of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban? Your options are to provide affordable housing to economically weaker section, low income group, middle income group in urban areas. Option B, to provide skill development. Option C, to provide affordable housing to rural poor. To option D, to empower women self-help group. Your option should be to provide affordable housing to EWS, LIG and MIG in urban areas. Affordable rental housing complexes, in short what we call it as ARHCS, this is considered to be a sub-scheme under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban. As a result of COVID-19 pandemic, the reverse migration of urban migrants who are poor in the country has increased. So urban migrants stay in slums, informal settlements, unauthorized colonies, peri-urban areas to save cost on housing. They need decent rental housing at affordable rate at their work sites. In order to address this need, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has initiated affordable rental housing complexes, a sub-scheme under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban. And this will provide ease of living to urban migrants and urban poor in industrial sector as well as in non-formal urban economy to get access to dignified affordable rental housing close to their workplace. ARHC scheme will be implemented through two models. Number one, utilizing the existing government funded vacant houses to convert into ARHCs through public private partnership or by public agency. Number two, construction, operation and maintenance of ARHCs by public private entities on their own vacant land. So these are all the two ways, two modes in which this ARHC scheme can be implemented. Now let's look at the principles and objective of ARHCS. Is mainly to address the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, which is significantly by creating a sustainable ecosystem of affordable rental housing solutions for urban migrants or poor. Also, to achieve overall objective of housing for all encompassing the need of affordable rental housing for urban migrants or poor, whereas ARHCs will provide them dignified living with necessary civic amenities near their workplace. Also, to create a conducive environment by incentivizing public private entities to leverage investments for creating affordable rental housing stock to take care of their own requirements. The target beneficiaries for ARHCs will be from economically weaker sections, low income group who are urban migrants or poor. They also include labor, urban poor, which includes street vendors, rickshaw pullers, other service providers, etc. It includes industrial workers, migrant working with market, trade associations, educational health institutions, hospitality sectors, long-term tourist visitors, students, or any other persons of such category. And ARHCs will be a mix of single double bedroom dwelling units and dormitory of 4 by 6 beds, including all common facilities that will be exclusively used for rental housing for a minimum period of 25 years. So, preference under the scheme shall be given to persons belonging to scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, other backward classes, widows, and working women, being minorities subject to beneficiaries being from this group segments as provision by government. What you get to see is the affordable rental housing complexes and its target beneficiaries as just whatever we have discussed. So incentives will be provided to public-private entities by central state government for developing and operating ARHCs with which will include additional FER and FSI, income tax, GST exemption, single window approval within 30 days, etc. The project finance at lower interest rate, trunk infrastructure till project size, municipal services at residential rates, and use permission changes for houses for the vacant land as well. And Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has provision for an additional grant in the form of Technology Innovation Grant, what we call it as TIG, under the project using innovative and alternate technology for speedier, sustainable, resource efficient, and disaster resilient constructions. So, technology innovation grant of rupees 1 lakh per dwelling unit in case of double bedroom, up to 60 square meter carpet area, and rupees 60,000 per dwelling unit up to 30 square meter carpet area. In case of single bedroom, it is about rupees 20 per dormitory bed up to 10 square meter carpet area shall be released by the ministry to entities through VMTPS, which is the processing unit. The ARHCS will ensure a dignified living environment for urban migrants who are close to their workplaces at affordable rates. This will unlock existing vacant housing stock and make them available in urban space. It will propel new investment opportunities and promote entrepreneurship in rental housing sector by encouraging public-private entities to efficiently utilize their vacant land available for developing ARHCS. So, robust management information system is needed to implement this particular mission. So, a comprehensive and robust MIS system is in place that helps all the stakeholders to seamlessly manage information pertaining to physical and financial progress. So, the MIS allows submitting online demand survey with tracking facilities and helps in housekeeping of various records through digitization such as survey, project information, beneficiary details, fund utilization, etc. So this MIS is equipped with geotagging features and integrated with Bhuvan portal of National Remote Sensing Center, Bharat Map of National Informatics Center for monitoring the progress of construction of house under the BLSE projects under AHP and ISSR verticals. So the MIS has also been integrated with Umang mobile app, Niti Aayog dashboard and DBT Bharat portal for dissemination of information. So what do you get to see from this picture? The Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban dashboard from which the integration of MIS with all other stakeholders, so which includes Niti Aayog, Ministry dashboard, and MIS of PMAY Gramin, which looks after the rural areas, and Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban MIS integration also integrates PFMS, CLSS Awas portal, Umang platform, and it also integrates My Government, Prayas portal, Bharat HFA, etc. So, this particular MIS system of PMEY Urban is efficiently integrating all the stakeholders for the need. It also has providing IT solutions by citizen-centric IT solutions where it interlinks all other government platforms in one link. So direct benefit transfer, what we call it as DBT. So the transfer of central assistance state urban local body share to the beneficiaries of PLC vertical of the mission is being done by state and urban local bodies in this mode, where installments are credited directly into the beneficiary's bank account as per construction stage completed and geotagged. So Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs emerges as number one in the ranking evaluated by DBT mission of 2019 to 2020. And we have a web-based monitoring system, CLSS and CLSS Awas portal club is a common platform where all stakeholders, that is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, central nodal agencies, primary lending institutions, beneficiaries and citizens are integrated in real-time environment. So the portal facilitates the processing of applications along with tracking of subsidy status by beneficiaries. CLSS tracker has also been incorporated in PMAY Urban mobile app and Umang platform as well. And looking at the component of capacity building under PMAY Urban, a total of 5% of allocation under the scheme is earmarked for capacity building, information, education, and communication, what we call it as IECs, and administrative and other expenses under this scheme. So allocation available under the capacity building head is being utilized for carrying out various activities required for effective implementation of the mission. There are some illustrative activities under this capacity building. About 10 components have been listed out. Number one, housing for all plan of action, establishment of state level technical cells, city level technical cells, training and workshops, documentation and research, exposure and hand holding visits, information, education and communications, social audit, third party quality monitoring, geotagging, administrative and other expenses. All these 10 components are of illustrative activities needs to be carried out under this mission as capacity building workshop. And we also have a scheme called Angikar, a campaign for change management. This again, as like AHPCs, we also have a scheme called Angikar. This is a campaign for change management, aligning to the vision of the country's prime minister to address the issues that arise from life transformation after moving to Pakka houses. Angikar campaign for change management was launched on 29th August 2019. So this campaign focuses on adapting best practices such as water and energy conservation, waste management, health and sanitation, and hygiene for Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban beneficiaries through community mobilization and IEC's activities. So this mission had converged with various urban missions of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and schemes of other central ministries like Health and Family Welfare, Jal Shakti, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, New and Renewable Energy, Petroleum and Natural Gas, Power, Youth Affairs and Sports, and Women and Child Development, etc. The campaign was formally launched on 2nd October 2019, commemorating the 150th Gandhi Jayanti in more than 4,000 cities wherein need assessment is conducted along with door-to-door awareness for change management. The objectives of Ankikar are creating awareness on the best practices of water and energy conservation, waste management, health and hygiene, tree plantation and environment protection. Converge with the mission and program of ministry and other concerned central ministries, engage communities for a happier and healthy living, acclimatize families and communities in adapting to a new environment by fostering cohesive living. Subsequently, this is followed by continuous and consistent ward level IEC activities in state and union territories, which includes key messages of FIT India and with active participation of sports personalities, youth clubs, education institutions, blogging events, IEC's approach has been adapted by Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban. We also have technology submission, what we call it as TSM, in order to have an integrated approach for comprehensive technical and financial evaluation of emerging and proven building materials and technologies, their standardization, developing specifications and code practices, evolving necessary tendering process, capacity building, and creating appropriate delivery mechanism. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has set up a technology submission under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban with mission statement as sustainable technological solutions for faster and cost-effective constructions of houses suiting to geoclimatic and hazard conditions of the country. It facilitates adoption of modern, innovative, and green technologies and building materials for faster and quality constructions of houses. It also facilitates the preparation and adoption of layout designs, building plans suitable for various geoclimatic zones. It also assists state and cities in deploying disaster resistant and environment friendly technologies. A total of 33 alternate technologies have been identified. Around 15 lakh houses are being constructed using alternate technologies pan India. Global Housing Technology Change. It was initiated by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, which aims to identify and mainstream a basket of innovative constructions technology from across the globe for housing construction sector that are sustainable, eco-friendly, and disaster resilient. They are to be cost effective, speedier while enabling the quality constructions of the house, meeting diverse geoclimatic conditions and desired functional needs. GHTC India aspires to develop an ecosystem to deliver on the technological challenges of housing construction sector in a holistic manner. Under Affordable Sustainable Housing Accelerators India, what we in short call it as ASHA India initiative, incubation and acceleration support is provided to potential future technologies that are not yet or to the technologies that are market ready as considered to be post prototype applicants. ASHA India centers are to be set up at 5 host institutions in IIT Bombay, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Madras, IIT Roorkee, and CSIR NAS Jorhat. There are 72 potential future technologies domestically have been identified through the challenges which will be shortlisted for providing support under Asha India mission. Lighthouse projects under GHTC, it is to be developed under GHTC India, will serve as a live laboratories for different aspects of transfer of technology to the field. This includes planning, designing, production of components, construction practices, and testing for both faculty and students of IITs and IITs engineering colleges, planning and architecture colleges, builders, professionals of private and public sectors, and other relevant stakeholders as well. So lighthouse projects, if you look at, here are some examples locations: Indore, Rajkot, Chennai, Ranchi, Agartala, and Lucknow. So some of the technology they have adapted. For instance, we'll take Chennai. There is a precast concrete construction system. Precast components assembled at site. There are about 1,152 houses have been built using this technology. And we also have demonstration housing project. It has been taken by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs to initiate to construct demonstration housing through building materials and technology promotion councils. Here are some achievements of this mission. So there are about 123 lakh houses have been sanctioned, and the houses grounded is about 101 lakh. Houses completed were about 61 lakh. Total investment is about 8.31 lakh crore, and central assistance approved is about 2.03 lakh crore. Central assistance released 1.2 lakh crore, and BLC houses about 73.45 lakh. AHP houses about 20.94 lakh. IESSR houses about 4.33 lakh, and CLSS houses about 23.97 lakh is the achievement so far. Here you get to see the comparative progress, how it has been. The houses approved for constructions, which has been increased for 9 times. Houses grounded for constructions increased for about 12 times. So likewise, you will get to see a comparative progress from this chart. And here is the nationwide data or probably achievement of this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. This is the data as on 20th March 2023. So overall sanctions for about 1.23 crore houses. Constructions of houses in numbers in lakh or about demand is 1.24 lakhs, sanctioned is 122.69 lakh, grounded is about 109.40, completed is about 72.72. So here you get to see the database or achievements of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban so far. And this is the state-wise sanctioned houses. This is achievement of credit-linked subsidy schemes, where about 24 lakh CLSS beneficiary has been benefited out of this measure. So this is an example for ecosystem of housing for all, according to Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. This is the outcome of this particular mission. The outcome can be classified into social outcome and economic outcome. So as you can see, it has given a provision of 94 lakh houses on the name of women and joint ownership. Around 6 lakh MAG beneficiaries receiving interest subventions, around 18 lakh houses to households from minority groups. So this is considered to be a social outcome of this particular mission. If you look at the economic outcomes, there are about 130 sectors of the economic impacted. 96.3 lakh metric ton steel consumed so far, 426 lakh metric ton cement consumed as part of this mission, 674 crore person days employment have been generated through this mission, and lastly we have 240 lakh jobs created out of this mission. So we have learned about the mission in depth understanding. So let's check our understanding and what we have learned. Here is a question: which of the following is not the objectives of Angihar? Your options are create awareness, convergence with mission, engage communities, foster urban divide. Your option is foster urban divide. So except this, all 3 options are the major objective of Angihar, which is a sub-scheme of this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. So to summarize, we have learned about Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban mission, its objectives, key features, components, implementation process, and sub-schemes, and the outcomes so far. Thank you.